Okay, in this video, we are going to see what is minimum descriptive length principle. So just go through this illustration and yeah. Here we are having a data. We know that data is a complex, heavy thing, right? So when we convert a data into model, it becomes less complex. So when it is a less complex, we can process the data efficiently. It is a time effective, cost effective, on and on, right? So that's why we are converting a data into a model. So, what is a data mining? Data mining described as a creating model for the data. What is the right model? Occam's razor told us that all other things being equal, the simplest model is the best model. This is not what he said. Actually, he's a philosopher. He told about scientific theories. That is, there is lot of theories out there, but we have to choose the best simplest theory that explains all the others. So that is what he said. From his saying we derive this thing, right? All other things being equal, the simplest model is the best model. Okay, the simplest model is the best model. It is a good principle for life as well. We know that the minimalistic life is a best life, right? Okay, here we are coming to a topic that is minimum descriptive length principle, right? The minimum descriptive length principle is similar to the Occam's razor method. Uh, we, I think we already know that what is a Occam's razor method, a popular inductive bias, right? So Occam's razor. Okay, Occam's razor method basically used the principle of simple is the best, right? Uh, Minimum descriptive length principle also similar to that. So the only difference between these two things is Bayesian perspective. We use Bayesian perspective in minimum description length principle, right? We already know what is Bayesian principle also. Okay, what is the simplest model? MDL. In short, we denote the minimum descriptive length principle as MDL. This is the formula for MDL, that is length of the database equal to length of the model plus length of the database divided by model. So this formula is derived from the Bayes formula, right? Theorem, right? So that's why we are calling it as a Bayesian perspective. Okay, MDL is a compact representation because MDL doesn't missed out any essential data. That's why we are calling it as a compact representation. Error over complexity. Here, what I'm trying to tell is error over complexity. Even if my hypothesis making more error with simple description, I'm gonna choose that hypothesis rather than choosing a hypothesis that makes less error with complex description. Error doesn't matter here, only complexity, not complexity, simplicity matter here. Okay, can you guess why I'm choosing a hypothesis that makes more error? That's a bad hypothesis, right? Here, we are working on a machine learning problem. In machine learning problems, the model or a machine has to identify the new instant fastly. If I feed my model with complex description, of course it will identify new instant and make no error, right? But it consumes lot of time. I want a model which identify my new instance as fast as possible, even if it is making lot of error. It's it will learn from the error, so error is not a big deal here. Okay, that's why I'm denoting as a error over complexity. Okay, Kolmogorov complexity of data. Kolmogorov complexity of data is the length of the shortest computer program that produces it as an output. Here we are having a three data, and can you guess which is the complex data here? Okay, before that, here I'm using a for loop to generate this much one, right? For I equal to 1 to n, print 1. This program will generate 10 times of 1, right? Similarly, I can print 1 nth time, right? So this both program will generate the same output. Okay, uh, I can easily generate this much one by using this for loop, and I can also generate this much 0 by using the for loop also. But Kolmoguru says as that shortest computer program that produces it as output. So here both the program produces the same output, but we have to choose the shortest computer program. This is the shortest computer program, the for loop, so I have to choose this. Okay, I can easily generate this much 0 also, but this is little bit complex to generate. Okay, because we have a 0 middle of these ones, right? So it is little bit complex than this, and this is so much complex, right? We have a so much 0 here, 1 here, and from these three the third one is a complex data. Okay, we are all familiar with this kind of data, right? Here we having a four input, that is outlook, temperature, humidity, and wind. This is output. The model has to predict this output. Okay, this is we already know what is this data. Okay, uh, I'm going to consider two hypotheses for this table. Okay, that is hypothesis h1 and h2. For h1, play equal to s if outlook equal to overcast and if humidity equal to normal and wind equal to weak. That is my condition for my hypothesis h1. So I'm going to test my hypothesis h1. Okay, my first condition says that outlook equal to overcast, so I'm gonna mark outlook equal to overcast here. So outlook equal to overcast, my model has to say yes, right? If outlook overcast, my model has to say yes. Okay, I'm gonna check my second condition. Humidity equal to normal, wind equal to weak. Humidity equal to normal and wind equal to weak. The model has to say yes. Normal, wind equal to weak. Sorry. Okay, I checked my two condition from the hypothesis one. So otherwise the model has to say no, right? No. Here it's saying yes. Okay, I'm making another error. So the humidity equal to normal, the wind equal to weak, the model has to say yes, right? Okay, this is another error. So my hypothesis one making two errors. Keep in mind that my hypothesis one making two error. Okay, I'm going to check my hypothesis 2, that is play equal to yes if outlook equal to overcast. If outlook equal to overcast, okay, I'm going to check the second condition, that is humidity equal to normal, wind equal to weak. Humidity equal to normal, wind equal to weak, the model has to say yes. Normal, weak, yes. Normal, weak, yes. Normal, weak, yes. Okay, I'm going to check the third condition in my hypothesis 2, that is temperature equal to mild for humidity equal to normal. Temperature equal to mild for humidity equal to normal. Here, yes. Normal, mild, yes. Otherwise, my model has to say no. It is saying no, it is saying no. Here it is saying yes. Saying no, no, no. Okay. Here my hypothesis 2 making one error. My hypothesis 1 making two error. Okay. I check my both the hypothesis that H1 and H2. My hypothesis H1 making one error and my hypothesis H2 making two error. Okay. Length of the hypothesis L of H1 equal to log of 10 C1. The 10 is nothing but we have a 10 distinct attribute here, that is a sunny, overcast, rainy, mild, cold, high, normal, weak, strong. That is a 10 distinct attribute. From the 10 distinct attribute, I'm choosing a one attribute for this condition, right? So that's why I'm putting a 1 here and 10 there. Okay, likewise I'm putting a 10 and 2, I'm checking a 2 attributes. Okay, that's why I'm putting a 2 here. By taking the log for this value, I'm getting a 8.81 as an answer. Likewise, we can calculate for H2 also. H2 gets 14.30. That is the length of a H2. Okay, right. I already told you that 10 distinct attribute there, so that's their total number of different values or 10. Each tuple has 4 attribute that could be chosen at most 10 C4. Okay. We have a 4 classes, not 4 classes, we have a 4 tuple here, right? That is outlook, temperature, humidity and wind. 10 distinct attribute and 4 tuple. Okay, we can generate chosen it at most 220 ways. Okay, class attributes are 2, so total number of ways are 220 into 2. What is a class attribute? Yes and no, or the class attribute here. So we are multiplying it by 2. Okay, for getting a length, code length in bits, we have to take a log for this thing. So that's why we are taking log of 210 into 2, we are getting 8.715. And code length of the whole database, we have a 14 records here, right? So that's why we are multiplying it by 14. So what is this code? Just forget about all the things, we just need this code length of the whole database. This is only needed here, just forget all the above things, right? So what is the code length of the whole database? I need 122.01 bits to create my table, to create my database. To create this database, I need 122.01 bits memory space. That is a memory space. Okay. Okay. This table actual is predicted. In my table, I have a how many S's there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have a 9 S and remaining 5 fours, right? Out of 9 S's, my model H1 predicted 7 S correctly, right? 2 S's wrongly. Okay. We already see that my H1 makes 2 errors. So that is here. So out of 9 S's, my hypothesis H1 predicted 7 S's correctly and 2 S's wrongly. Okay. Out of 5 no's, my model H1 predicted 5 no's correctly, 0 wrong. Okay. For H2, out of 9 S's, my model predicted 8 S correctly and 1 S wrong. Okay, out of the 9 no's, my H2 predicted 5 no's correctly. Okay, nothing wrong there. So, from this table, what we can understand is if my hypothesis H1 or H2, if it is saying no, I can blindly believe that model. Okay, because it predicted all the no's correctly, right? If it is saying yes, then I have to think about it, because that may be no. Okay, because it makes 2 errors here, right? So if it is saying yes, I have to think about my model. It may be told us wrong thing. Okay. Okay, this is from the table. So we are going to calculate what is L of E by H1. This is the we have to take the total number of the total in the column, so that is a 7, and this is the error. So here we are having a 0 error. The total values in the column is 7 here, of course 7, and this is the error. Okay, we are having a 2 error here. Okay, we are putting a 2 here. So L of E by H2, that is 8. The total values in the column 8 and 0 error, and 6. Okay, the total values 1 plus 5 is 6, and we're having a 1 error. Okay, if I taking a log for this first equation, I'm getting a 4.39, and I'm getting a 2.59 for H2. Okay, compression of H1. This is what we need to calculate. We are deriving this formula from the MDL formula. Okay, I already told you what is formula for the MDL, that is L of D equal to L of M plus L of D by M. So we already know what is L of D. Okay, L of D is nothing but L of E here. Okay, we already calculate what is L of E, that is 122.01. so there is no need to calculate that. So we are making it minus here. So we know what is L of E and also what is L of H1. We already calculated what is L of H1, that is 8.81, and also we calculate these things also. This is here 4.39. So by substituting all these value, I'm getting 108.81 for H1. For H2, I'm getting 105.12. Okay, compression of H1. What is the compression of H1? My hypothesis H1 compress my database 108 108 bits. Okay, what is in 108? Okay, my actual if I want to generate my table, I need a 122 bits, right? If I'm using my hypothesis H1, then I'll be needing 122 minus 108, that is 14 something. Okay, I just need a 14 bits only, rather than generating my table with 122 bits, that is more higher when compared to 14 bits, right? My hypothesis H1 compress my data from 122 to 14 bits. So how insane it works, just think about it. I need a first if I want to create my that table, I need a 122 bits, right? And if I'm using my just my hypothesis, I just need a 14 bits, right? Okay, it compress my memory well from 122 to 14 bits. Okay, and of course my hypothesis 2 also working well. It also compress my data 105 bits. Okay, if I'm compress it 122 minus 105, that is a 17 something. Okay, 17 bits, but my hypothesis 1 work well, it just need a 14 bit, but my hypothesis 2 needs a 17 bits. Okay, results show that H1 has a better compression than H2, so we should stop generating more rules and deliver H1 as a good model. Okay, why we should stop generating more rules? If I'm generating more rules, then it takes some memory space, right? So this is a best compression. Okay, 14 bits, it makes it from 122 to 14. Even though my hypothesis H1 makes 2 error, which is bigger than my hypothesis H1, it just make a 1 error. I'm just choosing my hypothesis H1. Why? Because it compress my data well. I already told you error doesn't matter here, just simplicity matter here. It also has a very simple description, just a uh, two description there, just two rules there. And my hypothesis H2 has a 3 rules here, and also it compress my memory well, 108. The compression of H1 is a 108, H2 is 105. So why I'm choosing my hypothesis H1 as a best model. So I'm just stick with my H1, and I'm stop generating more rules to H1. And here what we are doing is we want to make a model for our data. That's our goal here. In the process of making a best model, we are using the MDL principle, that is a minimum description length principle. This is the formula here: L of E, L of H1, L of E by H1. So that's it. We are doing the we are making the model here, so by using the MDL principle. So this is a one good example for the MDL principle, as well as the selecting the best model. Simplest is the bestest always. Thank you.